This episode of Father Talks is sponsored by Rocco's Tacos. Get more Rocco for that taco. Colore's Fake Blessings. Blessings that are delivered with a bullet, your personal IP address, and your address information. Manasia's Don's Meaning Topics. If you need a headache, contact Manasia. Vito's Roller Coasters. Why go to Disney when you can go to Six Flags? Manasia's poorly edited YouTube videos. If you are in need of a poor quality video for YouTube that looks like it was made by a 4th grader that is special ed, contact Manasia. Editing our videos on the phone, not an iPhone, a flip phone. You may also be wondering, but why don't you use a computer? Simple. Manasia states that the poor quality of their videos makes other people's lives hell. Manasia, ruining people's lives. But wait, did I just hear you say that you don't believe Manasia's videos are that bad? Well, look at this video that was edited with a crayon. I don't know how that's possible, but if there's a Manasia way, everybody's gonna pay.
Just you need some gas on.
Alright, podcast, shut up, Father Talks. Okay. Go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Father Talks. I'm your host, Father Scaletto. Yeah, laugh at me. I'm joined here today by the co-host Don K TSFO, Father Brad Retorno, and Jamie.
Redo it. Go ahead. Redo it.
It's the CEO.
Okay,
I want you to pronounce
we
it as Jamie the Creator Retorno.
Okay, and we have Jamie
No,
the
it.
Creator Retorno.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy? Does that make you? That
Yeah,
sounds-
I am.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Drop that fucking attitude. Anyway, first topic that we're going to be discussing here today is the blacklist of Colore. Does anybody want to go first with their standpoint on it? Since we do have a meeting tomorrow.
Still gonna get set up by then.
They're not doing too
Go
hot.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, Jamie, you go ahead. I insist.
Thank you. I was just gonna say I think people know where Colore went wrong after the bringing in of Cody.
Yeah, I still don't know who Rev is.
No clue.
Like, I've never seen that
I
man.
have a little lick of Rev.
Do you? You want to explain? Who is he?
Yeah. I mean, Rev was the guy. He was a guy that was just in Colore for a while. He had many GTs in Colore, but from like my notice, Rev was a big part of Colore's problem. I mean, if we're talking about why Colore really, why they deserve to be blacklisted and such.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, personally, I don't think TJ should be accounted for the actions. I had a conversation with him, and I'm gonna be straight. It sounded like he had a camping trip the week prior. It sounded like he had a driving test that week when Cody was making these actions in his hierarchy. There's a lot of talk and said we would say there's a lot of actions being accused of them, and most people would have profound evidence and such. I personally think Colore should be blacklisted and attended for the actions, and I definitely think Cody was a big problem into the Colore's actions, especially with with these recent pictures and I would say talks of Cody blessing people for the main reason of invalid blessings. They're doing invalid blessings, and they're not even a blessed family.
That is true. Now, to elaborate on that, now they were told to stop, but they didn't. So there's still that problem of, yes, they're blessed. They're like making these false allegations. You gotta wait till a fucking Don's meeting. Do you think the Blessing Council should be able to gather and decide on a immediate blacklist or a temporary punishment?
I don't.
Go ahead, Jamie.
I was just gonna say, I think blacklist. I don't think they're gonna go for the full blacklistment of Colore. Rather than they'll just give him a punishment, if anything. I feel like a blacklist isn't necessary, especially if it wasn't, TJ's fault. And who was at fault? They're not even in Colore anymore, are they?
I mean, at the end of the
I
day,
mean, there's. Go on. Go ahead.
at the end of the day, he is the quotation marks father of the family. He is supposed to have control over his family. We did let him know in advance of what was going on, by Cody saying that he was blessing or able to bless and shit like that. We let him know, and TJ said he handled it, and obviously he didn't. So TJ was well aware of what was going on, and I don't know. He has to handle those loose ends or tell the truth of what happened within Colore if he actually handled the situation. So I
Has he
don't know.
done anything to make it right?
He told
Has he
Kuru,
gone out and
he
made a
told Kuru
statement?
he's gonna
Anything?
shoot up Scaletto. So I mean,
Still waiting.
I mean,
Wouldn't be
fuck,
that hard.
I don't know what Kuru did, but all I know is that TJ said, "I'm going to set you up," and then left the party, and we have not heard from him since. So
Maybe
It's coming from the
that.
same guy that said there was rats in Retorno. Retorno hasn't recruited since 2011. So
Colore have they lost a lot of members?
Colore?
Didn't like Cody take like half of them?
Yeah, like I heard like
I'm
20
pretty sure.
niggas left their shit. But alright, anyway, on to the next topic. What do you think should be done about the people in Colore? Do you think that who do you think should be punished for this?
TJ. It's his family, bro, like you said.
Yeah.
Can't punish foot
here's-
soldiers for a father's doing, right?
Here's the thing with like TJ too. It's like the fake father status. That shit weird as hell.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get punished
Supposedly
for that.
blessed by-
That's, yeah.
Supposedly blessed by Gigante, supposedly blessed by Rubino.
Well, has
Talked to Rocco,
Rubino or
and Rocco
Gigante?
then said, "No, I talked to Rocco yesterday. He said
Bro.
absolutely not bless them."
At this point, bro, they've been blessed by everybody. They let the whole gang hit. Everybody's got a piece of fucking Colore, according to them. I don't know who the fuck. Are they even blessed? Is Colore even blessed?
No.
No, they're not.
So the whole gang hit. You telling me this right now?
I mean,
Like,
I
Indeed.
supposedly.
they just passed it to the bros.
They were like, yo, you want to bless this nigga? Yeah, hold on.
Yo, I don't know, bro.
I guess if you get blessed too, I guess you have the power to do blessing supposedly for Colore too. Yeah.
No, you do not. Next topic is going to be the removal of Garate from the rules document because apparently he doesn't do the rules right. I think he's doing a great fucking job, and that's a Manasseh ass topic. So, what do you think, Kato? You haven't really spoken
I
on
don't
that.
care less who does the fucking rules document.
What about Grotty running the document?
Yeah, what do you think about Manasseh's topic to remove them due to the fact that the rules aren't... he said that they were dull, whatever the fuck that means.
I think what he means by that is that they're left vague and open to interpretation.
Okay.
But I heard Ty was bringing up the topic. I think he brought it up when we even talked about putting Grotty back in control of the document. Ty mentioned that maybe we should have it as the family that hosts the meeting edits the document for that time.
So it's
And
their
that way we
responsibility,
know
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if it changes and something gets left out, something gets removed, we can have specific people that check into that, make sure everything's correlated, everything's the same. And if you see something's changed, then the punishment can be administrated. Now, I was talking about it in the Don's meeting topics, and there were some people that were saying that they can go straight to blacklist for that because they're, toying with the. I think the words they used, toying with the heart and functionality of the community by removing rules or editing rules to benefit themselves, which I suppose is fair enough. But
I mean, I hate those fucking accusations. Dude, you know how hard it is to remove a whole ass fucking rule and get away with that shit? Like, deadass,
Yeah, I
like,
know.
hear me out. Google Docs
I mean, it's
tracks
happened,
everything. When you fucking remove that shit, where you were, what you were eating, like, dude, it tells you everything. Who the fuck removed it? So I don't know, bro. These allegations of rules being removed are not, correctly elaborated on, are just kind of
personally, I haven't
BS.
looked in. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think honestly at this point, stop passing the fucking document around. Give it to the Blessing Council and call it a fucking day. Whoever wants to edit it in the Blessing Council is responsible for it. And
Need to be problems.
okay, so now with that topic, Manasi tried to what do you call it? He tried to put himself up to control the document. He said Manasi could handle it, which is not allowed. So I think your family's name was listed underneath this topic as one of the families that could handle it. If it is removed from Grotti's hands, do you want me to bring up Marbello?
Yeah, I suppose we could be up there for discussion. It depends on how the rest of the community feels about it.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
I feel like there's a lot of people that don't like us, so I honestly, I'd be interested to see what people think.
Yeah.
I'd have to talk with other people on the council first about it before I give you an official, oh yes, definitely. But,
Yeah, of course, I understand that. Just let me know.
yeah.
You've done tags and all that, right?
I
Nothing.
passed, Brad.
Okay, alright. Okay, alright, next topic is going to be Turbo Overseers having control of a separate document to patch loopholes. How do you guys feel about that? I'm going to let you guys free talk here, because I don't know how I feel about that.
There's always going to be loopholes. Doesn't matter what. You can't really patch loopholes because they'll find a loophole around the patch.
But this is the thing. I've mentioned this in private conversations with people in Gigante and Marbello. I think I talked to Jerry about it as well. Jerry Deus. The situation with rules and the way the community works, it works a lot like the government, in my opinion, or the judicial system. If you have no hardcore proof, then nothing gets done.
That is true.
And when I say hardcore proof, I mean hardcore proof. I mean black and white. It's definitely something. There's crews in the community. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's crews in the community that obviously do dirty shit. It's not something they typically hide, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
you've got people going into Don's meetings and they say, "Oh, I don't pull IPs. I just like numbers." So that gives you an idea of someone. But
Yeah.
there's crews that obviously do stuff in this community which is wrong. They do dirty shit, dirty tactics, but nothing can be done about it because nobody has the hardcore proof. And I think it's a very similar situation with the loopholes in terms of turf wars and the breakage of rules there and all that kind of good stuff, because unless there's hardcore proof, nothing gets done. Even if it's obvious to all of us in hindsight, where it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely that, but, well, we don't have to prove, so, we can't really say anything.
Now, this is a topic that was submitted by your family, so
Oh, here you go. If someone makes a crew while they're blacklisted, the crew itself should be seen as illegitimate and get the same treatment as a blacklisted family, if not, be blacklisted outright. That's Ty's topic.
okay, so Brad, how do you feel about that?
What was it again? I need to get a clarification of the question.
Can you repeat again, Kato?
Yeah, hang on, I gotta get it up again. If someone makes a crew while they're blacklisted, the crew itself should be seen as illegitimate and get the same treatment as a blacklisted family, if not be blacklisted outright.
Of course, 100%. Because that's like saying, hey, Brad, you're blacklisted, so I'm gonna make Ricoletto. If I'm blacklisted, then Ricoletto should be blacklisted for the main reason that the man that's running that family is excluded from our community. Our community, we try to make him sacred, and we actually develop and make a lot of bonds within it. And it should be the point where if he's blacklisted, whoever associates with him in that crew should be blacklisted as well. You're tainted, then that's tainted blood.
Okay. Kato, I'm gonna let you pick out we're gonna go down this and kind of talk. We're gonna talk on two more topics. I'm gonna let you pick those two, Kato, right?
Well, what's it called? Don Sparrow actually talked to me about it, Flames, and he gave me his spiel, and we had a bit of a back and forth for about half an hour. It was a very interesting discussion, but I don't know if banning whack lobbies outright and all that good stuff is necessarily
I don't
a good
think
idea
that's
for
a
the
good idea
community
either.
right now.
We discussed that.
I think, yeah. it's like I said it to Flames. I think it's a good idea. Like if the community was doing really fucking well, I think, oh yeah, sure, why not? But like the community is small right now, and I think their argument is if we go into pub lobbies and stuff, people get more interested in stuff like like they did with the MC community and stuff, where you just go into a lobby and you could be dropped in the middle of a fucking MC war, you never know. But I asked him what about oppressors and all that kind of shit that can cause problems, and then that's when he said, but off radar. But then
that's
that lasts
banned.
only 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's another thing to be brought up is the bringing back off radar, but I think because it was mentioned at the last meeting, it can't be brought up again. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, you are correct. Thank you for saying that, because I got to remove my topic for that. But, I mean,
Alright.
we all said no to his topic to ban the whack lobbies, because honestly, this community is just made up of whack lobbies, CVCs, turfs, and...
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Dude, private free mode wars need to come back. We gotta figure out how we can help do that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's just turf. I don't know if private free mode wars are ever gonna come back. What do you guys think?
It'd be nice to see him come back. Yeah, I was just saying it'd be nice to, because like the community has changed so much through the years, and it used to be like there wasn't much politics back, like in the start of GTA 5. There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, turf was a thing, but it wasn't as big as it was now. And slowly through the years, the community just started going into more political based stuff, and I mean it's helped a little bit, but then it gets to a point where it's too much political bullshit. Like you can't have a say because your argument's invalid because you don't agree with what other people think, and so you're just pushed to the side and no one really listens to what you have to say, and it's all political bullshit. I hate the political stuff. I mean, it's good for a certain amount of stuff, but like I think political stands need to be brought down tremendously, and a lot of stuff needs to be changed. Like private free mode wars would be like incredible to have again, but I don't know. Who knows?
Back whenever I first came in, it was literally up until last year, or whenever turf was brought up, that shit just kind of fucking died. I mean, they keep saying that turf saved the community activity, but I mean, in a way it did, but there's a point in time where it becomes too much. It went from being another aspect, like an option, to just the only option. Like, I don't know. It's just...
I think part of the problem with that is GTA is just a boring game now. Like, it's been out for 8-ish years. It's not like it used to be where you get a refresh every, what was it, like every 3-4 years? Something like that, you got a refresh. It's not like that anymore. I think Rockstar as a company has changed in terms of what it's looking at. It's just looking to sell microtransactions rather than actual games. But regardless of that, I think GTA 5 is going to be around for a decent amount longer, because right now it's a cash cow. I don't think they're going to work on trying to get this GTA 6 game out any sooner.
They're remastering this.